I've been watching the new show,
What show?
and it's something that Chris actually talked about a couple not too long ago.
Did you start
It's a show,
Succession?
huh?
Did you start Succession?
Yep, I knew you would know. I knew you were guessing on the
Because it's the
first
only show
one.
I really talked about. And
That's not true.
what else have I talked about?
I can't remember right now, but I'm sure if I tried,
Hmm.
I could think of something. Well, whatever. Yeah, I started watching it, and man, a lot happens in one episode.
Oh yeah. How far are you?
A lot, a lot, a lot. I'm 2.5 episodes in.
Hmm.
The theme song is lit.
Oh my
Not
god,
gonna
dude!
lie, it's really good.
It's one of the best theme songs I've ever heard.
The worst person of them all so far. Well, aside from the dad who created it all and is ultimately the biggest shithead, to say the least. It's the oldest son. He
Connor?
is terrible. But yeah, you know what it is, and I wonder if they did it in the show this way in the first place. But he's so soft and like kind, like in his demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
Very chill. But the things he says is some of the most sinister shit. Like he likes to talk about like systems and a lot of type of like luxury. All right. The first thing that really turned my stomach was when he was talking about the water under his house, and that was like right before the birthday started. I don't know if you remember that, but he was talking about how he just got land that has like a whole reservoir under it,
Yeah.
and that like in the future, people are gonna kill each other over water
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or something like that, and he's gonna have it all for himself. I was like, holy shit. He just straight up said it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Listen, as I've been watching the show, I still feel like there are moments, like, all right, I get that the show is for sure a criticism of that culture. That's an absolute fact. But there are still moments that are like meant to be comedy, but also kind of like somewhat glorify those people or normalize certain things. All right, for instance, it's the way they kind of treat the kid, right? Like the youngest one.
Who?
Matter of fact, before I get into all of that,
Roman?
I told you, yeah, Roman.
Roman's actually not the youngest.
No, not him. I'm talking about the
Oh,
cousin,
Greg. Right, Greg.
Greg. Yeah, yeah. Like there's moments that's genuinely funny with him because he's like this clueless, you know, really young person. You know what I mean? And he's also like he's not like he makes a lot of stupid ass decisions as well. You know what I'm saying? And he's very reliant on others, so he has his faults. I'm not saying that he's a good guy, not like that. But like it's just the way the family members treat him and how he. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I guess that's kind of a point they're trying to make, like how the average person just bends to the will of people with power. Anyway, I'm only 2 episodes in, so
Yeah, it's hard to really like get into it
yeah.
this
I'm just giving
early.
them the thoughts I do have because I really wanted to talk about it.
Oh, dude, I'm very excited to see what you say about what happens later because I think it's a very interesting show, especially like Greg going forward.
Yeah, Greg. Oh, the young one. My favorite character has to probably be the I forget her name.
Shiv?
The blonde. Who
Shiv?
is that? The daughter?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Um, no. She's
The
the most
blonde one.
interesting person, though, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I'll get into that. But my favorite character is the white lady with the older white lady with the glasses, the
Jerry?
blonde one. Yeah.
She's a lot of
Cause
people's favorite.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. Because she. The funny thing about her is like I really get the vibe from her that she's someone that's just there to do her job. You know what I'm saying? And she takes her job really serious. And for me, as a viewer, with the views and perspective I have, it's amusing to see somebody like that. That's like, I really don't give a fuck. Like, I know I'm gonna have enough money. Like her demeanor is that I have everything I'm gonna ever need, and my family to
Mhm.
live like decent human beings. Anything else past that point that I already hit is just extra. I'm just here to make more money.
Right.
So I feel like she carries herself that way because she doesn't get as emotional because she's not invested. At least from what I see so far, she's not like invested in the family. She's invested in herself,
Yeah.
and it's very reasonable because these people are monsters, every single one of them. And I
Mhm.
think that's going to be like the funnest part is finding out just how much of monsters like all of these like all the children are
Mhm.
and the people around them. So all right, I said earlier that I feel like the daughter's the most interesting character, right? And that's because her out of all the other kids seems like the least heinous from what I've seen so far. But I know there's no way because she's supposed to be like daddy's favorite. And I don't think it's just because that's his daughter. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because she's really like a savage. I think she's gonna like be behind some of the most like some of the craziest shit that happens, some of the most like I don't know, plot defining moments is gonna be because of her.
Yeah.
And yeah, also, did I say all right? Actually, the character I hate the most is tied. All right, so like the one that makes me cringe the most is her husband. I hate
Tom?
that nigga,
Tom-
yo. Yeah, man, he's so corny.
Bro.
That nigga, yo, the crazy thing is he's so fucking corny. That nigga, I was watching him and looking at myself like, yo, I hope I don't ever behave like that, man. Like that shit had me thinking about interactions in my past. Like, nah, this nigga's a clown. So,
Yeah.
like, like when you think about a goofy, for truly, he's like the best definition of it in my mind. Like
Mhm.
that character. What's his name again?
Tom. Tom
Tom. He
Wamsgams.
even huh?
Tom Wamsgams.
Wamsgams? I'm not gonna lie, the last name's kind of lit.
Yeah, Tom Wamsgans, I think.
Yeah, but as annoying as he is, he just I guess like in the second episode, he got into a really interesting situation because something about the company he just became the boss of, and the dude was like trying to tell him what the problem was without telling him what it was. And now, like, I don't know, maybe I wasn't paying attention that much because I was like kind of on my phone a little bit, but
Yeah. But the thing
you know
is,
how it is. I got distracted.
like the super intricate business stuff is not super important because like it's almost made to so like it doesn't matter, like
Oh, you know what? I do remember actually. It's all about the NDAs and about how, like, I guess in time it could all blow up because people could just talk about. It's all sensitive information. That's
Mhm.
not like airtight. I get it. I get the point. It
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
It wasn't like a huge secret. It's just the fact that he has to deal with that pressure now.
Mhm.
And he's not dealing with it well at all. Yo, when he was in the meeting, when he called the meeting and he told the nigga Greg before, like, listen, I'm gonna use you as a punching bag a bit, all right? And he didn't know what the fuck that meant. But then you could see as he sat down, he started thinking about that shit like, oh, punching bag. So he did all of that just for his wife to call him, well, his fiance, whatever, girl to call him out from the office and like fold to her because she wanted him to go to her father's house. Like that was just, I don't know. He's such a fucking joke.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, it's really difficult to talk about it. I don't want to spoil anything at all.
I know,
But
man. I'm only 2.5 in.
I am very
I'm at the
excited that
part
you
where they're
started.
talking at the ceremony. The dad was like, "Yo," he is like, he said he's gonna do what? And he's talking about how his son was gonna announce the retirement. I was like, yeah, this nigga was feeling some kind of way. So I didn't finish that episode yet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Bro, it's a really good show.
Yeah, it is, man. And did I say the theme song was great? Did
Yeah.
I mention that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say it again. It's really
I listen to it all
that
the time.
piano.
It's so that piano is
You go out of your way to listen to the theme song.
yeah, dude, it's really good.
Brian, have you watched the show at all? You've been quiet this entire time. I know you can listen and play Valorant at the same time.
I'm actually eating.
Yeah, I don't think Brian's watched Succession. He probably should though. It's a good show.
No, I'm.
Bro, just
I
listen
did
to the
watch the
theme
new
song.
Superman show.
Oh, I did
what?
watch a little bit of that actually.
What are you
The
talking
new
about?
Superman show.
There's a Superman show, like an animated Superman series that just.
Oh, the anime, like a legit anime Superman, right?
Yeah. I mean, I
How
don't
is
know.
it?
No, it's not like legit anime. It's like animated in that style, but it's not. It's made here.
What? It's not made in Japan?
No. Well,
No,
as
that's
far as I know.
bullshit, bro.
Um,
Come on, man. You're welcome. You enjoy?
It's actually a really sweet show.
it's
really
good.
like
Yeah, what I saw, I liked.
Can I quote that, Brian? You said it was a really sweet show.
Mm,
Yeah, it's super wholesome.
Brian, you shouldn't have said that. You know, we're not supposed to overpraise television shows to Josh.
Well, actually, he didn't say it was really fucking awesome, guys, and you should watch it. He just was like, it's wholesome. Now it's interesting. I don't know what that means in an animated Superman cartoon. I guess it can mean that it was heartfelt. But
Yeah.
Superman's always heartfelt. So that means that something really nice happened. Like maybe like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
It does feel that
Nice.
way.
Yeah, he does do some like he does shit. He does like Superman shit in this show that I don't think I've seen before in other things. Like
Like,
they really display his character as well.
like.
So there's like
Give your report on the show, Brian. Like I gave my report.
So there's like a part where after like he defeats a bad guy and he looks around at like all the damage that's been caused. He like took the time to like use his powers to fix everything that was like you know, broken and stuff, and kind of clean up the city from the damage from the fight. And that's some shit that kind of falls under the radar when it comes to Superman. Like he's a dude who actually cares about, you know, what happens in his city after shit happens, you know? Like most superheroes are like would just kind of walk away and be like, "Yep, I did my job. I saved the people." But
yeah, there's like a handful of heroes like that. It's Superman, the Flash, and
but even then,
I guess Batman. Sometimes he invests in the city.
but even then, you don't see them like there. I don't think there's many like adaptations that show that, and this one does.
Yeah, the show like focuses on a younger Clark. You know, I think it's like starts before he even has his suit and stuff. So,
whoa, that actually sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's when he's like just started journalism and all that stuff, and it's a nice little show.
Mm-hmm. So what's better? The first how many episodes of this Superman show have you watched, Chris?
I watched like one. There's 2 episodes out right now, I think. So.
Yeah,
so first episode of Succession versus first episode of animated Superman. Who wins?
I feel like it's almost not fair to even compare. They're 2 very different shows.
That's kind of crazy. I think you could use your imagination.
That's
and
actually
How
like
close is it?
very different television shows.
Who wins, Chris? Theoretical gun to your head. Who wins? You had to answer it.
Well, I guess
trigger comes out.
I guess this trigger is gonna come out because honestly, I think they're being
There's
unreasonable.
no way you could
for pointing a gun at me for this. It feels a little unfair and unreasonable. It sounds like they just want to kill me. So you know, they could just do that.
I won't deny that. I think if anyone ever did do that, you might as well just start like saying your goodbyes because I'm sure that's going to be the end result one way or the other.
Yeah, my life depends on my subjective opinion.
Right. It's almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
Like, why would you have even put me in this situation anyway? Anyway. So, yeah, anyway, what I'm getting is Succession was better in the first episode, but whatever.
I think they made Deathstroke hot in this show. I'm not sure.
Hot.
Like I'm not sure if he's actually Deathstroke, but there's a guy who's like, I guess Deathstroke before he became Deathstroke.
That's confusing. He's not like really a Superman guy.
Well, I guess technically he would be like a kid when Superman was a kid, right? Since he's grown and Robin's a kid.
Slade's old. Like
how old?
He's pretty old. Like he was old when he was introduced. He's got like gray hairs already.
But he's grandpa old.
He's like probably middle age. He's like in his 50s.
That's grandpa.
Yeah,
That's grandpa age.
Yeah,
That's grandpa territory.
Like new grandpa
G-pop.
age.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Slade.
It is.
Oh,
Wow.
and he's played by Chris Parnell. Yeah, that's Slade.
Chris
They made
Parnell?
Slade look like a fucking
Chris
thirst
Parnell?
trap. Yeah, Chris Parnell is playing as Slade.
Chris Parnell, Jerry from Rick and Morty? Chris Parnell?
Yeah.
As Deathstroke.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't sound the same.
This is before he became Deathstroke, though.
Oh, so he's like lame like Jerry?
Hold on, let me,
How amazing would that be? An origin story for Deathstroke? Because he was just lame like Jerry.
I can't hear anything.
And then he became Deathstroke. You can't hear anything, Brian?
Wait, hello?
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, sick. Brian, did you watch The
Yeah.
Flash?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
He ran really fast in that movie, I heard.
Supposedly, the rumor is he ran very fast.
Yeah,
The
I
more
heard
I
that was the
learned-
best thing that happened too.
The more I learned about that movie, the less my interest in it.
I'll tell you what, Brian.
That's
I saw it.
exactly what happened to me.
I went to see
But
it.
you see, Christian just dives right into these movies,
Well, you know,
and he'll figure it out after the fact.
here's the deal. I
And
saw
I
it.
admire you for that.
I saw it. The rumors are true. It's pretty ass. I talked about it before, but I forgot to hit record last time we talked about it. So after it marinated on me a little more, I realized that it sucks pretty bad.
Every time you mention his name, it better be in a very exaggerated way.
What? Who?
You know who?
Ezra Miller?
Michael Keaton.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, any way you want. It doesn't matter. You can change it up every time if you want. It's anytime you mention.
Michael Keaton is in this movie, which bugs Josh for some reason.
It doesn't bug me. It's just I want to. All right.
Is
Truly,
everyone's excitement for Michael
I want
Keaton?
to feel the excitement. I wish I was there with everyone at the time to be excited by his arrival, but it's
I wasn't
old Batman.
I wasn't like
I heard
excited.
he was the best Batman movie that was ever written.
Well, I don't know. I guess that's debatable, but
I'm actually not being sarcastic.
I wasn't excited. I don't really have that much of an emotional attachment to Michael Keaton's Batman.
Tim Burton and Michael Keaton had a spiritual connection for those movies.
Yeah.
For that movie. Yeah.
I think he did the first two. Like he did Batman Returns too. So yeah, Michael Keaton's in it. And honestly, like that really would have hit harder if they just didn't like blow their load in the goddamn trailer and say he's in it.
Yeah. They did. They just
Yeah,
couldn't-
well, they had to find a way to get people to want to watch
I get it. No, I get it. But I'm also like, at what cost?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
This movie failed in the box office, I think.
They should have kept the girl. They should have kept Supergirl a secret. I would have been excited by that because that's subverting expectations.
Well, bro,
And she wasn't Supergirl, right? She was actually Superman from a different universe.
no, she's that's Kara.
Oh,
Spoiler alert, I guess.
Well, that's still okay.
We should be
It's still
saying
okay.
spoiler alert to all this stuff, but Kara is in this movie.
Now that I think about it, why is Supergirl blonde in the comic?
I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. She doesn't have to be blonde, I guess.
Because of white supremacy, Brian.
Is that why?
Stop acting brand new. What?
Is that why?
Why else do they make characters white?
Because white
they're
people
white.
exist?
No, because whiteness is the default skin in America because of white supremacy. Was it a melodramatic answer? Sure. But was it the truth? Yeah.
All right. I'm not gonna argue.
Well, I
it,
guess I don't know. Superman's
Can you argue it?
original
I don't know.
phrase was truth, justice, and the American way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Mm.
he was made to represent two Jewish immigrants who escaped the Holocaust, though.
Nice.
See, that's lit. That's lit.
Yeah, he was like created by two
That-
Jewish men in
That's
the
not
30s.
inherently white supremacy right there. That's
Mm.
liberation.
Yeah.
See, that's sun god territory. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But you draw the line at Supergirl.
I didn't draw any lines there. I just explained to you why her and a bunch of other superheroes are white,
Yeah.
especially in that day and age.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
why wasn't she black
I don't know.
or Canadian, Native American?
Canadian?
I mean, Native Canadian.
Native Canadians?
Yeah,
Native Canadian.
like the native tribes up there,
Okay.
Wait, who is
the
the
indigenous
Canadian-
peoples.
Are there
I don't
any
know. I don't
Canadian
know their.
superheroes?
Yes. Wolverine is
Yeah.
Canadian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But is he really though? He was like in Japan.
No, he's dead ass Canadian.
I think he was born in Canada and then moved around a bunch because he's immortal.
How the fuck did he get to Japan from Canada?
How did he
I don't
find
know,
in the
he flew?
American War?
I don't know, bro. He took a boat.
How did he find
Bro,
himself over there?
when you're immortal, you don't spend your eternal immortal life in Canada and Canada alone.
Also, was Canada wasn't even
Yeah.
Canada when he was born there? Probably.
That's not true. Let me see. Where was Wolverine? I'm gonna find out where
He-
Wolverine was born.
Wasn't he in like
That's a good question.
Wasn't he in like samurai times in fucking Japan?
Feudal Japan? Maybe.
Feudal Japan.
Maybe.
He's
Canadian. Early life. Oh, he was born in Alberta, Canada, in the 19th century.
Well,
So
Canada
how
was
the
a thing at that time.
so wait.
Turns
is
out
he-
Canada was a thing at the time, Brian.
No, but like all I remember is that he was a fucking samurai before.
He was. In
and
his
I
adult-
thought that meant like he was in feudal Japan, like fucking fighting ninjas.
Bro was born in like fucking the 1900s.
People did travel before airplanes existed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
is
from
an actual
Canada
thing in recorded history.
to
Yeah.
Japan.
I don't know how he got there, but he was there, Brian.
Think about it. He probably went from the where's Alberta, Canada? Is that towards the west coast or east coast? Because it makes more sense if it's towards the west coast.
Yeah. I don't know where Alberta is.
Though it's Japan's not that far from America technically.
How did
If you
Wolverine?
travel
I'm
from the
gonna
West Coast.
I'm gonna Google how did Wolverine get to Japan.
He probably fucking died and drifted out at sea and drifted into Japan or something like that. You know? Maybe
Oh, I
that's
found
what
it.
happened.
How did Wolverine? Okay, so Wolverine studied under Ogun, which is one of the greatest martial artists in the world.
Sure.
Wolverine learned how to wield katanas and fell in love with the country. He was taken prisoner in
Right.
Japan while he was there,
Oh.
and then
But how did he?
he escaped from being held prisoner in Japan. And
I'm sorry, say that again. I wasn't paying attention.
Jesus, Brian, this is your question.
Wait, what? Well, we're trying to figure out how did he get there. We knew he was there.
Hold on.
We know he was there.
We do know he was there. How is Wolverine? God, why are they asking? Why are they telling me about the goddamn movie?
Are you talking about origins?
Yeah, no, the
What a
Wolverine.
great movie! What a great movie!
All right.
And by great, I mean the Flash great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess they don't really. I haven't found anything that explains exactly why he was there, but he showed up there. He showed up there like years before World War II.
Years before World War II.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy that we couldn't have another marker on for Japan aside from that. From the time we nuked them. Yeah, way before we nuked them.
Yeah, it was way before that, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, he had a whole
Sorry.
wife up there and stuff. But anyway, there you go, Brian. He was in Japan. He was born in Canada. There are other Canadian superheroes though.
Who?
Shit. I don't know. But I just know they exist.
The maple leaf.
Why don't you Google it, huh, Brian? You're supposed to produce this. Why don't you Google who is Canadian? I'm sure there's a bunch of big name Canadian superheroes.
On a completely other side note, I read about the Signal.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I did, but I just the thought came to my mind while I was at work and taking a shit. And I was like,
Oh.
yo, wait, the signal exists.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he hasn't been adapted at all anywhere.
he's fairly new.
Because he's not that popular yet.
Yeah,
He's
part of the
cool
Bat
idea.
family, and that's kind of it. Like,
yeah, he's kind of like brand new. He's like one of the newer characters in the Bat family.
And he got
they did
superpowers.
something interesting with his powers in
In Snyder's run.
What story that was that in Snyder's run?
I think so, because Snyder created him.
I think it was after Death Metal and all of that.
Yeah, damn, that felt like
They had a story where there's like a future signal, and he actually ends up being a villain, but it's not really. It's hard to explain. I didn't read the story myself. I watched it on YouTube. I say all of this to say that he does have like light powers.
Oh, sick.
And they apparently they really developed into something special.
Yeah, I read into that. He got like his potential unlocked or some shit by some dude.
Yeah, something like that. He's low key. He's supposed to he's supposed to be the next Batman, which is funny because I always thought they was really gonna make Tim Drake the next Batman. Like if they was ever gonna get rid of Bruce Wayne, but I think this kid, the Signal, is leading up to that.
Yeah.
I think it's because of his leadership skills. Yeah, I read a lot about.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the Signal. Like, I kind of we've tapped out of comics before. Like, he really got big, or like where they really started to dive into him. But yeah, the Flash was whack. All this to say.
Fun fact: the Flash is whack.
Yeah, just to get that out of the way. They had like a bunch of CGI. I told Josh this, Brian, but there's a bunch of CGI people in the movie.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, and it's all bad CGI.
The CGI. Oh yeah, you said the CGI was bad, but I didn't know if CGI people were involved.
Yeah, no, they had to. They some people are like some actors are like dead, so they remade them CGI, and that was weird.
Whoa, that's really weird.
And then there's like a live actor they probably could have gotten that they completely CGI'd.
Please tell me Michael Keaton was CGI the entire time.
No, he was real.
I'll go watch the movie right now.
It was a practical effects Michael Keaton, which was real. It's real Michael Keaton.
Okay.
So I guess you could still avoid this movie. I think it's out of theaters now. I don't see it anywhere.
Are you serious?
I don't know. It'll be on HBO Max.
There's no way.
It's not doing well.
I can't wait till it drops.
Yeah, but there's no way they're gonna like take it out of theaters.
I don't know.
It just dropped
it wasn't
about a week ago.
Yeah. Fuck with us, we get to squeeze it, help.
Squeeze
it. All right.
Damn it, guys! I wish you saw this fucking movie so we could rip.
What could have salvaged this movie aside from visual effects?
Making it good.
I'll tell you what, man. It was dead on arrival for me just because I don't really like Ezra Miller's Flash. So,
right,
So it was pretty already dead on my account. So I don't know how much
because he's nobody. He's none of the Flashes that ever existed. Not even the old ones.
He's not. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know the Flash enough, but he doesn't seem familiar.
I know the Flash enough, and he's none of them.
He's none of them. He's not a good adaptation of the guy, Man.
They should have put Jay Garrick in this film. That would have been lit.
He's one of the CGI people. They CGI'd
Jay
him.
Garrick?
Yeah, Jay Garrick.
That's fucking dope.
But he's not. He doesn't do anything. He only exists as a cameo. You see him for a minute, and then he's gone.
Oh, what, in the Speed Force or something?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. Because that's like a callback to the Button.
I mean, it was good to see him. But,
wow, I can't. They fucked up Flashpoint.
Yeah, they did. They were trying to do Flashpoint, and
it just wasn't anything
no
nothing good.
It's just
nothing.
It's just the general concept of the Flashpoint, so they do it differently. It's not the Flashpoint that we know.
Right, he goes to try to save his mom in the past. Okay, is Reverse Flash in it?
I can't say because I don't want to spoil it.
Why not?
I don't.
I'm not. Oh, all right, I guess I'll see it on HBO Max in a month or two.
Yeah,
So
because if you were gonna see it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But
spoiled a
we'll-
lot already.
we'll
Talked
do
about
this.
Michael
We'll
Keaton a whole
report.
lot.
We'll report back when you see it. Anyway, we're hitting a half hour. Oh, well,
let's. Oh, I want to reel back a little bit. Back to Secession.
Mhm.
So there's a moment where the nigga calls with
We
a
are all
dude
over the
called
place.
it's funny because you're laughing, but I felt like you was like looking into the future to hear what I was about to say. But there's a moment where the little brother calls his big brother a fucking a beta cuck, and I just thought about Johnny. I was like, is this where y'all got it from?
No,
From Secession.
no. Succession got it from Society.
Yeah, I know it's been a thing, but I wondered like that's kind of what made you start saying it.
No.
Yo, what a funny ass word.
Beta cuck. Okay, so we're at a half hour, so I guess we can. I do want to close out with one of the questions that Mike sent us, because I feel like we could talk about this a little bit. But he asks, because he forgot to mention this in his last email, he wanted to ask what we thought about the live action One Piece trailer.
I loved it.
LOL.
Well,
He has
loved
a
is
couple
the
of
word.
questions related to it. You know, he's like, "What are your thoughts on the trailer in general, and how this live action will compare to other anime adaptations like Death Note and Cowboy Bebop? And are you guys more excited knowing that Oda has a hand in the production?" So
Means nothing to me personally.
well, I guess we could go around. I guess Josh, what were your thoughts? I don't know how many times have you seen it?
So cringe is the word, but hope is the other word. You know what I'm saying? It's live action anime will always be cringe, no matter what. But if you can make it past the cringe barrier and have compelling, writing and good characters and great acting, then it can be great. It can be really good. This show could potentially set the standard for live action anime based shows. I don't expect much, but I will be delighted if it is really good. But yes, overall cringe. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Cringe. Cringe meter. Okay.
It's a lot of cringe.
Yeah. It would be a 9.5 cringe if it wasn't One Piece. Just off rip.
That's fair. Brian, what did you think?
I actually like the trailer. Like it's cringe, but in a way that One Piece is cringe, you know? Like One Piece is like that it's an amazing series, don't get me wrong, but it has like that dad that's like trying to be funny kind of humor sometimes or like that charm to it, you know? It's like I don't know how to properly describe it, but like cringe is part of One Piece, you know? Like that's just like a part of it, and it's not a bad thing.
Damn, it is. Damn, because it was cringe AF when I first started reading it.
Exactly. So like the cringe is kind of the charm of One Piece. And
yeah, you're kind of right.
this series kind of like the trailer at least it kind of embodied that.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. It had a nice feeling to it, and the actors have so much passion behind it. Like they all genuinely care about their role. They all put in a lot of work. So even if it doesn't succeed all that well, I still think the actors were like they showed that they had like clear, like honest connections to the series, and I think that alone should probably boost this up like a whole lot. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very hopeful to see it. I know it's probably not going to resonate as well with everybody who isn't familiar with One Piece, and I know people who are familiar with One Piece are going to be a little too strict on it. But I feel like it's in a tough spot and it has a lot to punch up to. So I just hope it could pay off.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't envy them. I don't know what made them think they could adapt One Piece in a live action form, but
Money.
well, yeah, you know what I mean. But like, I guess creatively, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a daunting task to say the least. You know, just because the very nature of One Piece is a lot. But I'm mostly optimistic. You know, I think I see the amount of work they put into the sets. Like everything looks like the Baratier is crazy that they built that.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go that hard. They built the entire boat from scratch. I'm like, that's insane. I can't see that effort and be a guy on the internet going mid. You know, I can't do that. They were real. Like
the budget.
You're better than me.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody looks like everybody. That's nice, you know. Some people are like annoyed that the twirly brow isn't there and Usopp's nose isn't big, but you know, they're trying to mitigate as much cringe as possible. I feel, you know what I mean? Like I think there's
it would have looked too goofy.
I think there's a certain level of cringe that's kind of unavoidable with live action anime, like you guys said, because I think a lot of these anime adaptations like go wrong is that real life people acting like anime characters is cringe. So like we've all seen it and it's cringe every time. So
yeah,
it's I feel
except for Shikamaru.
Except for Shikamaru, because Shikamaru is like kind of he just sleeps.
Yeah, he's chill.
He's just chill. But you know.
Oh, one more thing. I really like that they kept the actor, like Luffy's actor's Brazilian accent. I thought that was like a really neat touch to the character.
Yeah, I agree with that. I said this in the group chat when we were first talking about it, but I feel like I and this is no shade to like the One Piece dub and stuff because I actually think it's a pretty solid dub, but everybody has like that same accent throughout, and for as big of a world as One Piece is, it would be cool to have different characters sound different depending on where they're from. So I'm excited for that. It just makes the world feel a little more full. But yeah, I'm mostly excited about it. The effects, you know, they're gonna be they have a budget, but they don't have that big a budget. You know, it's gonna be tough too. I don't know how they're gonna do Arlong. You know, because I think
can't wait.
I think they're gonna cover pretty much all the way up to when they enter the Grand Line. So
they better pump 80% of their budget into just making a CGI Arlong.
They got a real guy to play him, so it's not like a CGI person.
That's tough. It's rough.
Yeah, they got like real folks to play all of the Fishman pirates. This is a huge cast. They have everybody. They have like Geen. They have Don Krieg. They have Klahadore and the like 2 sword hand cats from that arc. They casted pretty much everybody involved.
I want to talk about something that's been on my mind with this trailer. Right? No one mentioned it, so I'm gonna let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Gum pistol at the end of the trailer. How are we feeling?
Sometimes
how are we feeling?
I'm mostly fine with it. I don't expect the effects to be very good. I would hope that they are at least like tolerable, but this is like a Netflix TV show. So, and One Piece is a very high bar for extraordinary visuals.
So you're curbing.
I am curbing on that level. I'm giving it a curb because I can't.
Okay.
I think it's unfair to go ham on stuff like effects and all that stuff. Just because like the sheer amount of crazy effects that I would think is involved with One Piece would be almost impossible.
I'll tell you what. If I find out that the creators of the show all like were threatened, like their families was threatened that, hey, if y'all don't make this show, you know, bad things are gonna happen to y'all type shit, then yeah, I would agree with you. Because then they were forced to do this. But in a world where that wasn't the case, right? They chose to do this,
Well-
knowing how crazy One Piece is.
Well, VFX artists have to be hired, and they have to they have to feed their families too.
I hope they get $1 bajillion.
I would doubt that's the case. I don't know.
They better be paid like Jeff Bezos.
I'm sure they're not, but
Not a good sign, Chris.
you know, I don't. I'm. That's why I'm saying I don't expect the effect. I'm not going to be all sour if the effects aren't the most amazing. But that punch at the end was better than I thought it would look. To be honest, I thought it was.
What about you, Brian?
I thought it was going to look a lot worse. To be honest.
So I've heard the CGI is going to be looking like that, the way it's presented.
less than.
I'm not impressed by it.
I think it's just standard.
but-
You know, it's nothing crazy, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I thought I wasn't impressed by it, but then again, I think it's going to be really hard to animate, to do CGI for Luffy. It's going to be really
Yeah.
fucking tough to make that look good. Even Marvel didn't like really stick the landing on that with Reed Richards.
Stretchy people are hard to special effects. I would imagine.
Yeah, so
I feel like there's no way to do it where you don't see the CGI. You know what I mean?
I think the
Yeah.
best thing they can do is make it quick. You know, like make it so that people don't notice how bad it looks, instead of like trying to highlight it. You know? Does
Yeah.
that make any sense?
Yeah. Again, I'm curbing my grade on that in that proportion because everything else looks really good. Like the practical things they did, you know, with the ships and the stuff like they showed the sea boss, like that big fish that ate Shanks' arm.
Yeah,
That
that was
looked
pretty
great.
crazy. That actually looked pretty good.
So I feel like they're on a kind of a pick your battles type of thing with how much they're able to put into the CGI. So I feel like they'll save really good CGI moments for the more impactful moments of the show. And if they get a second season, there's a possibility they get a bigger budget for it. So, and more time, I guess. In theory, they'd be going into Alabasta in the second season. So,
Wow.
I feel like that'll be less to do because Alabasta, unless they do like the other islands, you know, in between. I guess they got to do Reverse Mountain and Little Garden.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they missed out on the ones with the giants, One Piece fans will lose their minds.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta establish Elbaf. You know, you also got to get Chopper before then. I don't know how they're gonna do Chopper if they get there.
They're not getting
CGI.
a chopper this season, but
No, they're not getting Chopper this season. But I if they get a second season, it'll be crazy to see how they get Chopper. Anyway, it's like a really ambitious project. I guess like I'm more fascinated. I was always very interested because there's been rumblings of like a One Piece live action adaptation for a really long time. Actually, they were initially going to do it with Fox, and then it
that would have been terrible.
and then it just got bumped around. So until Netflix one day was like, "All right, we'll do it." So I did like what I saw so far. You know, I am mostly optimistic. I'm gonna watch it all. You know, I have to. I feel like
Luffy's
it's my
shirt
duty.
is really cool.
Which one?
I like his shirt.
Which one? There's like That's the thing too. They also like do the character. They have like different outfits, and they're all based on color spreads that Oda has designed, like that over the years in like those color spread title pages.
That's incredible.
You know, because I guess like it is better that they change outfits in live action because I guess you can't really do the whole. They say they wear the same clothes all the time from arc to arc. So they took inspiration from all of Oda's designs and color spreads to craft the
That's
costumes
really
for the show.
cool.
Yeah, that's why also I am a little lighter and more optimistic, is because at the very least I feel like they do care about this project on an artistic level, and Oda being there obviously helps, because according to Oda himself, he's had a really big hand and has had final approval for everything. So, you know,
You know, the show actually looks really good. I've been watching it. I looked at the trailer again.
it looks good for
Just
what
now.
it is.
Like
You
it
know?
just wrapped up. It
I-
looks great. Wow, at the end of August.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
soon.
close. It's close, and you know, I don't expect a 1-to-1 adaptation. I think that's also unfair, because these people are going to be like 47 by the time they reach to where they want to reach. So I imagine they'll
Right.
have to abridge some stuff, and I think the only way it works is if they spend like no more than 2 episodes per island.
Yeah, they need to they don't have to be as in depth.
Yeah, and I think that's actually very doable, because a lot of anime is reaction shots that are dramatic and long for the sake of padding it out and not catching up to the manga. So I think technically it could be doable to really abridge One Piece in a way that doesn't sacrifice a lot of story. But
Yeah.
hey, we'll have to see. I mean, I'm holding reservations, but mostly optimistic. I'm not going to be disappointed if it's terrible, because the chances that they're up against it are humongous. You know,
Very fair and balanced.
I am the unbiased king, so I must be.
You're a little biased in this case, though.
No, I'm
It
not.
is your favorite media franchise.
It is, but I'm
But
not,
you like this better than Lost, right?
I do like this better than Lost. I do like One Piece better than Lost.
All right, but that's it.
I've never seen Lost. I haven't seen Lost in a long time. No, a lot of things have taken over Lost in my eyes. I've grown up since then.
I just realized Lost has a very similar, like that song right there sounds very similar to something that would be in One Piece, you know?
Yeah,
Mm.
similar. vibes.
Maybe that's one of the islands in the One Piece world.
Oh, the Lost Island,
Yeah.
the sentient island of the Lost Island.
But Lost
Yeah.
in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
Like-
guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like they crash like when they're in a different reality and stuff, like on the island, it's actually just they're in Ichiro Oda's One Piece.
Yeah.
They just like out at sea over there. And then when they turn the dial and all the crazy shit happens, they go back to Earth.
Hmm.
Regular our Earth.
Yeah, I feel like they would just walk through everything that's going on Lost. These are regular people and stuff.
Yeah. It's perfectly reasonable that the Straw Hats was not go to that island based on their route.
It's possible. I mean, all right. Well, I guess this is the chat show. We've been going for a while now. We should probably start the real show.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys in New Jump City.
Brian back.
Bye.